Hello, hello, hello. Hello, beloveds. My name is Sunshine Day, and I am your spiritual living coach. And what a great joy it is to welcome you on this Monday morning here in Southern California. But wherever it is that you are in the world, I welcome you and let you know that you are in the right place because this is a spiritual remedy. It's conversation and meditation. And I see a world where clean and sober people are living their best life and loving it. And whether you are clean and sober yourself, or whether you are abstinent from these weapons of mass distraction and these weapons of mass destruction, meaning destruction to your body, to your mind, to your spirit, we are here. I am here to support you by providing spiritual tools and loving support for your personal transformation. Good morning, Nancy. Thank you for tuning in and for being with us. Very, very good morning to you. In the month of May, we have been looking at this idea of faith, and we have a definition of faith, and faith is complete confidence or trust in something or someone without proof. And how we've been using that in terms of our recovery and in terms of living our best life is we've been using it from a perspective of, questioning, do I have faith? And what is, where is my faith? We've been talking over the last several weeks that people usually say, hey, you know what? I have lost my faith. I've lost faith. And, this is where I am. I lost my faith. And the idea here is that we never lose our faith. We never lose our faith. It is just misplaced. As a matter of fact, one of the quotes by Ernest Holmes is that fear is nothing more than misplaced faith. So fear is misplaced faith. Faith in a power opposed to good. And that is a quote by Ernest Holmes, who is the founder of the Science of Mind philosophy. Now, if we think about it in that way, when we are in fear, our focus is on what bad can happen. So in actuality, what's happening there is our focus now, our faith, if you will, our trust and confidence in something bad happening. That is fear. So we didn't actually lose our faith. We just moved it to a place of the stuff that we don't want to have happen, compared to actually replacing our faith, putting it back on that which it is that we want to have happen for us, having that faith of God, having that faith of life, that good and only good comes my way. Now, it's interesting because as we take a look at faith, we have to take a look at what we believe. What is it that I'm believing? And let me just share with you that lots of folks want a whole bunch of good stuff to happen to them and for them, and yet are not interested in taking on the work, the playful work that it takes to actually secure our faith, to build it, to expand upon it. And by that, I mean, what it means to have faith is really for us to look at what we're believing. What am I actually believing? Now, a belief comes as a result of repetitive thoughts. Repetitive thoughts, repetitive thoughts, repetitive thoughts create our belief. And so I know that, when I was a little kid and, parents and grown-ups would talk about the Easter Bunny or Santa Claus, they pretty much planted the seed of there's a Santa Claus, and if I'm good, I'm going to get the toys and the gifts and the presents that I want if I'm good. And they kept talking about, you better be good because Santa's coming. And if you want that bike, or if you want that science project, kit, if, if you want those cars that you like to play with, if you want those things, you're going to have to be good. And I had faith that if I performed or was conducting myself in a particular way, that I would receive what I wanted. And every now and then, oh man, I'm going to sneak around and engage in some shenanigans, and maybe Santa won't see. But it was interesting to actually uncover these beliefs that we have, and how these beliefs come to be. And when we look at our recovery, when we look at these ideas of, as long as I'm abstinent, from a particular drug or behavior, that I'm going to get a certain thing, that belief actually formulates our faith. Now, I'm not sure about you, but, for me, early on in recovery, right, it's just like, well, if you just don't pick up one day at a time or one heartbeat at a time, then your life is going to change. And sometimes my life changed, but it wasn't for the good, at least I thought, right? It actually got a little more challenging. And the only reason it got more challenging was because I wasn't used to dealing with life without any mind-altering substances, without behaviors, self-soothing behaviors that actually took me out of the present moment. But as I had the abstinence, as I no longer put these liquids, chemicals into my body, I began to have some clarity, and I began to actually put my faith and trust in a group of people that were there to help me along the way in my recovery. And so I want to read to you, we've been looking and exploring faith from my book, Begin Within, and it's a playbook for living your genuine life. And you can purchase it on Amazon.com in Kindle form or in workbook style. Now, I suggest that you go ahead and get it as the book, because it's got amazing graphics for each and every topic that we talk about. And it gives you an opportunity to tear these out and post them with your affirmations, and it gives you an opportunity to doodle and to, write in the margins. There's just something about writing and, really putting things down, your little notes on the side. I mean, for me, I'm not sure if you can actually see. I mean, I've got all kinds of notes on my pages, and it's designed specifically for that. So if you're going to get it, go ahead and get it in the workbook style and the playbook style, so you can, write your notes and your strategies as to how you're going to live your best life. Now, here, I want to read to you a little bit from the faith topic. It says, the consciousness of faith, and this is something that I wrote when I wrote the book. The consciousness of faith requires that you examine your beliefs. That's exactly what I've been just talking about, in order to uncover any false notions, ideas, attitudes, and ways of life that are hindering your success. And that's exactly why we want to take some time to examine our beliefs, because your beliefs, my beliefs, many of them are out, like we already know what we believe, but we have lots of hidden beliefs and ideas. And these hidden beliefs that lie in our subconscious mind, they act as a law onto your life. In other words, we react and respond to life based on our beliefs. And unless we're willing to look at our beliefs and examine our beliefs, we we will find, I have found that I have had a boatload of beliefs that have actually hindered my progress and my success in recovery, that have held me back from actually fully living my life. So that's why we want to examine our beliefs, because our faith is actually based on what we believe, having this confidence and this strong belief in something or someone. But if we have some doubts, and those doubts are like under a particular level where we can't necessarily see, they're implicit, they're hidden, they're still acting. We're still using those beliefs in our life, and it's not working out for our good. Since faith is the force and energetic that propels you forward in trusting and knowing, then it stands to reason you want to be propelled in a direction that is toward your wholeness, joy, and bounty. You want to, so faith is actually a very powerful force. When we act on faith, if you have a choice between, door number 1, door number 2, door number 3, and you have a faith, this belief that the grand prize is in door number 3, your faith is going to propel you to pick door number 3. Here's how my faith propels me in just everyday things. If I'm sitting in a dark room and I want light, I have faith that if I go over to the wall and touch the switch, whether it's up or down or press or a slider, whatever, the push of the button, whatever your switch is, I have faith that when I do that I'm going to get light. Now, sure enough, it has happened time and time before, but that my faith propels me. My faith moves me forward to get up out of my seat and to go to the wall, to turn on the lights. Now, the lights may or may not turn on. The bulb can be blown out. The electricity could have a short. There might not be any power. However, my faith, my strong conviction, my strong belief that if I take this action, this will happen, then that faith propels me. Now, where do you want your faith to propel you is the question. Do you want it to propel you towards what your desires are, what your wholeness and success and bounties are? Or do you want your faith to propel you toward, the drinking, the drugs, the places that you don't want to go? Because either way, your faith, whether it's the faith, right, in that which is for your highest and best, or your faith in something that is not for your highest and best, your faith is going to propel you to take an action. And that action is simply based on your beliefs, simply based on your values. So go ahead and type into the chat what it is. What does this mean for you now? Like having this idea that, faith is not just this word, but faith is actually a powerful presence in my life that propels me forward, either towards my good or towards something that I don't want, because then it's called fear. When I'm in fear, when I am simply putting my confidence and my belief in something that I don't want to have happen, fear moves me to do certain things. Think about it. Fear, when you think, oh my gosh, I'm not going to have any food to eat, I'm not going to have this or that or the other thing. Fear has caused many people to hurt and harm others, or to steal, or to do certain things, because there's a fear that you're not going to get something that you want. That is still faith. It is still faith. Remember the quote, right? Fear is misplaced faith. Fear is misplaced faith. And what is faith? A complete trust or confidence in something. So when we're in fear, it's misplaced faith. And fear is a driving, it also propels us, but it propels us in the direction where we don't want to go to. Thank you, David. I need help redirecting my faith for my highest and my best. That's why I'm here, beloved. This is exactly correct. Is that we begin to change our thinking. We begin to change our thinking because it is the repetitive thoughts that then become a belief. And our faith is steeped in our beliefs. And so the examination of our beliefs, doing that examination of our beliefs actually then helps us to redirect. Nancy says, faith propelled me into a life of recovery from a life of destruction. Absolutely. You know, when we're out there drinking and drugging and in the shenanigans, whether it's overeating, whether it's sex, gambling, you know, those behaviors of destruction, and whatever it was for you, Nancy, or for anyone who's watching, you know, there's this belief that this is not the life for me. And so we enter somehow or another. There's even just a small mustard seed of faith. I don't know if you've ever seen a mustard seed, but a mustard seed is this really, really small seed. But once it's planted, the bounty is plentiful. Like it's almost like you can't stop it from growing and growing and growing and growing. So when we have the faith of a mustard seed, the belief and the confidence, and we put that toward what we want, our life in recovery is amazing. It is so bountiful. Now, the same is true if we have a mustard seed of fear or of faith and what we don't want to happen. Isn't it true that it seems like one bad thing after another bad thing after another bad thing after another bad thing? And when I say bad, I'm not trying to be like all righteous and moral in the sense of, you know, what's good and bad, but I'm really speaking to what is for our highest and best, considering how we want to live our life, right? How we want to live our life. Is this for my highest and best? And how do I participate in my own life? Because see, nobody else is responsible for your life. These are your thoughts. These are my thoughts. And I can't expect anyone else to do the work for me. I must do the work myself. But that's why I call this a playbook, because nobody really wants to work. But if we actually begin to see life as a symphony, as an orchestra, as this wonderful music simply unfolding, sometimes we hit a bad note or a note that is not in harmony with the rest of what we've been writing. So if we playfully look, if we look strategically in a playbook in sports is strategic. It's strategic. So if I take a look at the ebb and flow of my life and I begin to see, oh, whoa, this play wasn't for the highest and best. I didn't score where I wanted to score here, but here's where I want to score. And we playfully look at our beliefs without so harsh of a judgment, because I know we are judging beings. This is what we do until we learn how to do something differently, right? When we go, wow, look at what I was believing, right? And so we get to redirect our faith because it's always there 100%. It's just misdirected in areas sometimes where we don't want them to be directed to. Let me just read this last another one paragraph here, and then we'll go into a practice to help redirect our thoughts. All right. It says, look at your behavior. Do you react or respond? Does your behavior prove that you are living from shame, doubt, doom, and gloom, or from delight, trust, joy, and expectancy? The proof is in the pudding. Clearly, when we are faithful in small things, as this is what Mother Teresa said, right? We are propelled to delight and trust in joyful expectation that the outcome will be for our good, rather than being propelled by fear to act in selfish, self-centered, and egotistical ways. The small victories prepare us for the big victories. If you want to know what you believe, look at your actions, look at your behaviors, and are they pointing you to fear, doubt, doom, and gloom, Or are your behaviors pointing you to delight and joy and freedom and abundance? That's how we get to know what we believe. That's the simple litmus test. Because what we believe is where our faith propels us towards. And there are days where my faith is definitely placed in the direction where I'm headed. And then there are days where I get to uncover, right? And so on those days where my faith is actually more fear, right? I don't curse it. Don't curse it. Don't curse it. In actuality, simply just and playfully just kind of go, wow, check that out. I have fear over here and I have my faith in something that I don't want. Let me move it over to the places where I do want. I've been doing some investments, right, lately, right? And I think about, if we look at it as taking $100 and taking a portion of $100 and investing it in one place or investing it in another place. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. That's not the nature of this show or what I do. I'm your spiritual living coach. That's who I am. But when we take a look at it in terms of investing, do you take your monies and invest it in something that actually hurts the planet or something that helps the planet? Are you investing your money in something where you're going to lose it or something where it's going to grow and it's going to benefit you? It's the same thing with your attention and your beliefs. If you're taking 100% of your attention and your beliefs and you're investing it in what you don't want to have happen, well, wow. Is that a good use of your investment? Or do you want to invest your time, your energy, your talent in your recovery and uncovering those things that no longer work for you and removing them out of your life, simply sending them off into the nothingness from which they came? Saying, hey, I disown you. I don't need you anymore. Thank you. Thank you for showing up. Because when I recognize that there are things that I'm believing in that are actually not for my highest and best, I'm not cursing it out. I'm mad about it at first, right? To be honest, I'm mad about it. Like, really? I believe that? Like, that's still living in me? People want to go, that's not me. Yes, it is, boo-boo. It is you. But it doesn't have to continue to be you, right? What we get an opportunity to do is to go, oh my gosh, that's still here? That needed to go a long time ago. And with the utmost joy and gentleness and compassion, we begin to release that and redirect our attention to really where it is that we want to. So here's the invitation right now, is that if you're in a place where you can gently close your eyes safely, the invitation is to do so right now. And I want you to notice the quality of your body, of your breathing as you do that. Notice if you feel safe, if there is this peace and calm. And if there is, just simply relish in it. And if you don't find that peace and calm, just call forth that peace and calm like you would a beloved pet. When you're calling your pet and you want your pet to come and you call it with the utmost love. So whatever that sounds like for you, come on in, calm. I welcome peace and calm. Come here, calm. Come. And see yourself welcoming calm as you close your eyes. And that every time you close your eyes for this purpose, that this sense of calm just takes over. And just breathe a few cycles right there in that calm and in that peace. of the unfoldment of this day. See yourself just experiencing joy, peace, and harmony. That in the activities of your day, what you bring with you, because it lives in you, is that peace and that joy and that harmony. And know, as you bring this image of yourself to the center of your attention, know that abundance is your birthright. In other words, that's who you are. You are abundance. You are plenty. And just accept that. Accept that for yourself. This is the redirecting of your faith. This is who I am. And notice if there's any areas of self-talk that say, no, you're not. No, you're not joy. You're hateful. No, you're not peace. You bring drama everywhere you go. Notice that voice or that combative nature. Just go, wow, you can go now. Thank you. And just simply welcome, again, like you're calling a most beloved pet. Welcome that indwelling, not from outside of you, but from deep within you. It's just been covered up. That peace, that joy, that harmony, that abundance. And little by slowly, just begin to place your faith in that. This is who I am. I am joy. I am peace. I am harmony. I am abundance. If there's another word that comes to mind, then go ahead and use that one as well. And as many times as you need to today, you just simply close your eyes for just a few minutes like we just did. And allow the joy, the peace, the harmony, the abundance, or whatever other quality that you resonate with today. Have that. Call that forth from within you, not from outside of you, from within you. It's almost like it's got to move everything else out of the way to present itself. Here I am, like you're calling attendance within your own soul, within your own spirit, within your own body. You're calling attendance for the qualities that you already are. Joy, here. Peace, here. Harmony, present. Abundance, here. Call it forth. And put your trust and confidence in that they will show up when you call it, that these qualities in you that are you show up each and every time. So gently open your eyes now and recognize that this is the truth of who you are. I want to invite you the next 3 Wednesdays to a series that I'm doing. It's called Your Spiritual Magnificence. Check my Facebook page out, Official Sunshine Day, and I will post the link. And this Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific will be the start of it. Go ahead and register, because even if you can't make it, we'll send you the Zoom link so that you can check it out. It's totally free, and it's another way in which I get to be your spiritual living coach and support you on your road of recovery and on your road of understanding and living your very best life. That's all the time we have today. Know that you are loved and appreciated. And until Wednesday night or next week, know that you are loved and adored. Bye for now.
Celebrate, celebrate life. You celebrate your life. Celebrate the memories, the birds and the trees.